Olmos Park Police Department. This is Rene. May I help you?
Is this Chief?
It is?
Hey, Chief, how you doing? It's DJ Grisham. I'm with Open Carry, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you guys. I sent an open records request, and I haven't heard from anybody.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, is there because we're almost up on the 10 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I mean, are y'all looking into that, or what's going on with that?
Absolutely, sir. We are looking into it, sir.
Okay. So with that said as well, I'm trying to find out also what were the issues with this open carry stuff and why we've got members that are being drawn down on. Is that policy?
Well, let me see how I can answer that to you. That's going to satisfy your answer. So I can't get into the specifics with regards to certain individuals that we have criminal cases pending or we have offenses that are pending. I'm well aware that Texas is an open carry state. I'm well aware of that. So
okay.
Outside of that parameters, was there another question that you needed answered?
Well, yeah. I don't need specific. I'm not asking for specific cases. My main question is if a person is open carrying, is it policy to pull out a firearm? Is it policy for your officers to threaten individuals with their firearms? I guess is my question. Is that the policy, or how do you guys deal with open carriers? What's the policy?
Well, again, Texas is an open carry state, so we're well aware of the fact that it's legally, it is legal for a person to carry a handgun on their person, provided that they have a license and they're not committing any criminal activity. We are aware that is legal.
That's Chief. That's not my question.
Okay.
You're skirting my question. Is it policy?
I'm not skirting your question. I'm answering your question.
No, you didn't answer it at all. I specifically asked, is it your policy to respond to open carry by your officers pulling their handguns and threatening a citizen? That's my
no.
That's
obviously, yeah. Obviously, that's not anyone's policy to do that, including ours.
So then, as the chief, are you addressing the fact that some of your officers did that?
Well, I address issues that need to be addressed. If there's not an issue that needs to be addressed, then obviously I'm not going to address that issue.
Do you consider that to be an issue that you need to address?
I don't think it's an issue that I need to address. Again, you get one side. You get one side of the story. You don't know the whole side of the story.
I know the whole side of the story. I've seen unedited video. I've seen the entire thing.
That's your prerogative, and that's your opinion. And
so you don't. Just to clarify, you don't think there's an issue with your officers unholstering their handguns and threatening a citizen who is doing nothing but having a holstered handgun and that's it? Once again,
I'll say it again. I am not talking about a specific incident with regards.
I'm not either. I'm talking about general policy.
I'm telling you, general policy. Texas is an open carry state. Provided that you have a license to carry a handgun and you're not committing any criminal activity, you don't have anything to worry about.
Well, apparently we do. That's my concern. That's why we're getting involved. Because
but that's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion, sir.
Well, I find it very disconcerting that the chief doesn't care that his officers are literally unholstering their handguns without a perceived threat. I mean, that boggles my mind that you don't think that's a problem.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. And again, you're entitled to your opinion. I respect your opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
Okay, so if I come to Olmos Park and I'm open carrying a handgun or a rifle, am I going to be shot dead?
I'm not even going to entertain that question, sir. That's not even a reasonable question.
It is a reasonable question. If your officers are pulling guns on people who are open carrying, that's a very reasonable question. Am I going to be forced on my face if I open carry there at gunpoint?
I'm not even going to respond to that question, sir. That's a very unreasonable question to ask.
Well, in light of what's actually happening, Chief, it's not unreasonable at all. I mean, I do plan to come there, and I'm afraid that you guys are going to threaten me and put me on my face at gunpoint for doing nothing more than exercising my rights. And you just said it's lawful in Texas. So why are officers unholstering guns when people do it? Do you unholster guns when people eat an ice cream cone? That's legal.
Well, let me give you an example, if you permit me here, unrelated to a handgun.
Sure.
Drinking alcohol in Texas is legal, would you say, provided that you meet the age requirement?
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
We're in agreement there.
Absolutely.
And we're in agreement that if you reach a certain level of intoxication and you're driving a motor vehicle in Texas, that would be illegal, correct?
That's illegal.
Okay. Same principle here. Again, that's why I told you. We're aware of the open carry in Texas, and we're aware that it's legal, provided that you have a license to carry a handgun and you're not committing any other criminal activity. You don't have a problem. We have San Antonio is a population of over 1 million point something people in San Antonio, and we don't have a problem with the majority of the people that come through with an open carry or concealed carry with a rifle or a shotgun. We just don't have that problem.
Well, I guess I disagree because I wouldn't be calling you if there wasn't one. But let me go back to your drinking analogy. If someone is sitting at the Olive Garden just drinking a beer and no signs of intoxication, are you going to arrest them?
Well, obviously, I mean, if there's nothing going on there for us to address, then no. Well, why on earth would we do that? I mean, there's many places here in
but it's legal, right?
In Olmos Park. It's legal to consume alcohol, yes.
Okay.
That's why I came out and I said it first.
And it's legal to open carry as well, but yet for open carry, you guys are showing up in force, and for drinking, you're not. So I'm trying to figure out why one legal activity is kind of
I never said that we're not showing up for the people. I'll give you an example. Provided, I mean, we know that it's legal, but there's always restrictions and parameters on anything. Would you agree?
Well, yeah. So what are the parameters that were violated? I get what parameters would I have to violate in order to have police pull up on me with their guns unholstered?
No, that's not nothing to do with that. I'm simply saying you're talking about open carry in Texas. There's certain places that you cannot open carry. Would you agree with that?
Okay, I'm
certain places that you can go to with open carry.
Okay,
Texas,
I'm talking about lawful. I'm not talking about going into school zones I'm talking about me just walking down the road, minding my own business, not going through school zones, not in a bar, not where I'm not allowed to be. I'm talking about just plain old exercising my rights peacefully, smiling, waving at people, holding a sign maybe.
I've already answered that question. Texas is an open carry state. You can legally carry a handgun in Texas, provided you have a handgun license to do so, and you're not committing any criminal activity.
Okay. So is it your policy to stop people to check their licenses?
That just depends on the circumstances that surround that. It's hard for me to tell you in a hypothetical situation.
No, it's not a hypothetical.
Does this happen? Yes, it is a hypothetical.
No.
There's plenty of variables in between there that you may be unaware of.
Okay, I can't believe I have to dumb this down this way. I'm talking generally nothing else. There's no other variables but a person open carrying. Is it your policy to stop and identify that person and check their license? There doesn't have to be.
You're asking me a hypothetical situation.
Oh my gosh, Chief, come on, don't play the politics game.
I'm not playing the politics game. You asked me a question. I've addressed your issues.
It's not a hypothetical. It's not a hypothetical at all. People open carry every day. When people are open carrying, absent any other articulable suspicion, probable cause, just open carrying. This isn't a hypothetical. I'm not saying, okay, a person's open carrying and he happens to have the gun in his hand. No. He's got a holstered handgun in accordance with state law in a belt or shoulder holster, absent anything else. Is it your policy to stop and identify those individuals?
No. Obviously, no. We have encountered many people with open carry.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, I'm still a little flabbergasted that you don't think it's necessary to investigate pulling guns on people for open carrying. But I do look forward